Hello everybody, happy weekend. I am back with a new video for you all, and if you watched last week's video, I mentioned that I wanted to work with greens this week, and that's what I pulled out. Now I have quite a few greens and I wasn't sure which greens I wanted to use. I want them to be true greens in a sense that there is not a lot of blues or yellows involved, for example. So I landed on these, but let me show you all of the greens that I have so that you get a little bit of a better idea what I mean, and also to tell you why I chose one color over the other. I just purchased the Hooker's green. So this is definitely one I wanted to use, and so I wanted to base all the other greens on this color. Now I have a Cascade green, an Undersea green, and the green Apatite Genuine. Those three came in the Jean Hayes set, and that's why they're the tiny 5mm tubes. And I couldn't quite remember what the Cascade green looks like, but from judging from the color that is on the tube, I could tell it was probably going to be a little bit too blue for me, and I was correct. So I made a quick little swatch and just wanted to determine whether the colors that I had in mind would actually work well together. So this is the Cascade green right here, and I don't know if the camera picks this up, but it is a little bit more on the blue side. And then the Undersea green is this one right next to it, which is a very rich, mossy, woodsy kind of green. That one might work for my second layer, but until I have all the colors down on my paper, I wouldn't know. Then this one is the Hooker's green, which is such a rich green, beautiful color. And then this one over here is the green Apatite Genuine. No, excuse me, that one is the Serpentine Genuine, and I have this one in the stick form. And then this one is the Sap green, which is also one of my favorite colors, favorite green of all time. So that's definitely going, and I'm glad that the Sap and the Hooker's green will work really well together. Even though the Sap green is a little bit more yellow, and the Hooker's green to me seems, I don't know, it seems to be a little bit more on the blue side, but I think they will still work. And then the last one is the green Apatite Genuine, which is a granulating color, along with the Serpentine Genuine. Those two colors are a little bit more granulating, so I'm hoping that we will get some nice interesting combinations with these four colors here. I also pulled out the rich green gold, but honestly, this one always befuddles me a little bit because it looks green in the stick, but in wet form it is actually quite yellow, and I don't want that today. I pulled this one out if I wanted to mix green and yellows together, and that works really well. But the point of this video today to just stick with the greens. I think these four will do just fine. I have taped off my Hahnemühle paper, and this is the one I'm using. I love this paper. It is one of my favorite papers. I buy it in sheets, and now that I'm using the full 9x12 inch sheets, I go through these quite a lot. So at this point, I just wanted to mention real quick, if you decide, and you don't have to, don't get me wrong, but if you decide to purchase something from the links that I have in the description box below the video, this is what I mostly buy, because this paper I can only get on Amazon quickly, and so that's where I buy it. And one of these 12 sheet blocks I think is around 25 bucks. The commission that I make on Amazon, if you decide to buy it through my link, that's where your money will go to. And it doesn't cost you anything extra, but it sure does help me supporting this channel and buying new supplies and just have it in stock for when I need it. By the way, these little dishes, sometimes I mention it, sometimes I forget. I bought them at the World Market, and they're just little soy dishes, and that's what I use them for. So the sticks I will activate in the dishes with water, and I will just let them sit here for a little bit until the color will come out. So I'm just gonna let them sit in here for a little while I get everything else ready. I'm also going to add water in these two, and then for the paper I will make the back wet, and I also will then work on the front where it's taped off. Some of you don't watch all my videos, or you've just recently found me and you have no idea what I'm doing, and so I just want to repeat myself just so you guys know, if you are new to my channel. And if you are, welcome. I'm so glad you found me, and I hope you stick around for a little while. And if you like what you're watching, you can show it to me by clicking the like button. You can also now hype a video. Supposedly that is meant for the smaller channels, so that they get hopefully picked up a little bit more. Also, while we're at it, I feel really bad because I notice it when I watch YouTube videos. Can I just say, the ads that YouTube decides to put on or in between our videos, they are horrific. Most of them are AI. The other day I watched a lady, whoa, there's some red in here, hello? I watched and I put that in quotation marks, lady cut a strawberry that she then wanted to show us how to, I don't know, you might have seen it. She wanted us to believe that the strawberries that we buy at the grocery stores are filthy, but she cuts it. She cuts it, and you can tell it's AI because the strawberry went from one direction to a different direction as she cuts it. And I'm like, I have to sit through this? Really? Don't insult my intelligence, please. It's horrible. So my apologies. But that is how we make a little bit of money creating these videos. So just know, every time you have to sit through one of these ads, I'm thinking of you, and accept my apology. All right. Now that I've said that, I made the back side wet, I made the front side wet, but I also then took some of that water off. I might add a little bit more again. The reason why I started doing that is because I tend to use quite a bit of water on it, and I want to be just a little bit more deliberate in the placing of my colors nowadays, and I don't want it to just all get mixed up on the paper. So I like a damp paper, but not a wet paper. I might still use my flat brush, but we're gonna start a little bit easier. So this is the hooker screen. I am not very precise as to where I put those colors or how I'm putting them down. I just want to add these greens down and watch what they're doing on the paper. And then maybe I'll find a shape, or I want to pull out some colors or make some interest with lighter areas. This is the sap green, by the way, that I just dipped in without telling you. And then I can go from that step. All right, so right now I am getting the green Apatite Genuine, and remember that is a little bit of a granulating color, so I'm just gonna dab that in here. The sap green is a great light color if I want some lighter areas too. So I'm probably gonna end up just covering the whole thing up. I don't want any white spots because it's gonna end up with a white frame anyway, so we have some white there. And then this one is the stick, which was the, let me think, Serpentine Genuine. And that's a little bit more of a yellowish color too, but as we're mixing it in, all of these colors will be able to mix and mingle. Are we in frame even? Yes, we are. All right. I'm not even washing my brush out anymore. So we used up all of that because it's just fun to just not follow a particular rule. You know what I mean? Now this color is kind of color shifting too. It's got some brown color in it and then a very nice light green, and I just love this color so much when it starts to separate. You can see it over here. It's a really fun color. Now with my other backgrounds, I have found some flowiness to it. I like to mix it up a little bit every now and then and just, you know, just go a little bit more intuitively. By the way, these brushes, I love them because the tip is very bouncy. So I can load it up and I can quickly flick color on it on the paper, and it just works really well. They come in 2 sizes if you haven't seen them. I've had them for years and they're some of my favorite brushes, and I have them linked below so that you can have a look at it. All right, what are we working with here? I'm gonna tip the paper a little bit and let those colors mix. In the past, these colors would be like flowing all over the place because I would have had a lot of water on it, but I like how they behave lately with just a little bit less water. So as I am looking at it straight on, I can tell that there's some really nice things happening right here, but it's very light over on that side. So I'm tempted to add some more color, but I'm also tempted to just leave it and see what happens. Just getting rid of some of those little white spots. I am also tempted to add just a little bit more of that hooker's green on the edge here to make that a little bit darker, and then over here as well. And maybe we'll add just a little bit more on the corner down here. Lovely, lovely greens. All right, I'm not hopeful that these splatters will stay. They'll probably disappear as the paper dries. So I think we're at a good spot and I can let this dry now. And then once it's dry, I might come in with a little bit of gouache. Actually, let me look at the gouache real quick and see what kind of greens we have. I'm gonna pull out my swatch card here. Ooh, there's some really light greens that would work great if I needed it. And this one's too blue. This one might be a little too blue. But this one will work. This one will work. These two could pop. This one, maybe not so much. But this one could definitely work. So we have some options if I want to bring in some gouache for my next layer. All right. For you, I will be right back. For me, I'm going to have to wait at least a half a day until this is completely dry.